Our circulatory system is a very important system. You have realized by now because it comprises of the vital organ heart. Heart is such an organ that starts working when a person is in fetal stage and does not stop working even after 2 minutes of death. It stops working after 2 minutes. So we are going to see what are the disorders which are related to the circulatory system in this lesson, and we are going to pay special attention to heart disorders as well, apart from the circulatory vessels, blood vessel disorders that we are going to discuss. So in all, we are going to discuss 7 disorders. First one is hypertension. We have already discussed about hypertension in the section when we were discussing about arterial blood pressure. Then we have angina, a strange pain in the chest which stretches towards the arms, and people often say that this is a sort of heart attack, but that is angina basically. It starts, the heart starts paining in later stages of the age. And then we have atherosclerosis, the reason why people are asked to avoid cholesterol consumption in excess. Then there is arteriosclerosis, another disorder related to the arteries. Then we have heart attack, heart stroke and heart failure, 3 disorders that are related to the working of the heart. Now first of all, we are going to have a brief review of hypertension. Hypertension refers to the blood pressure which is present in arteries, and if the blood pressure goes beyond a level, that is considered a diseased condition, and that is known as hypertension. When the blood pressure increases beyond 140 mm to 90 mm, this is the systolic arterial pressure and this is diastolic, so it should not go beyond this condition, beyond this value. If it goes beyond this values, it has a potential harmful effect on 3 organs. One is heart, brain and third is kidneys. Now how does it affect the heart? The heart has to work excessively, due to which there is congestion in heart, and in case of brain, it damages the brain in a way that it can lead to hemorrhage sort of condition. Then the third one is kidneys. Kidneys also have to work excessively when the blood pressure is high, because we know that kidneys regulate the blood pressure. The reabsorption is dependent upon the blood pressure, and if the blood pressure is beyond this value, then the kidneys are also going to suffer and it may lead to renal failure. So you can see that this can be a potent killer itself. Hypertension can be a potent killer itself, because all the 3 organs that we have discussed in extreme cases can be damaged to an extent where the ultimate result could be death. So hypertension is a you can say that it is a very dangerous disease, often ignored, and in case it should be taken care of, that a person goes and gets his or her blood pressure checked regularly, because there is no particular symptom that could be diagnosed for hypertension. It is slowly and steadily, it is a slow killer basically. Then the second one is angina. You might have heard somebody saying that there is a strange pain in my chest, and that is stretching out into the arms, left side, and it is my heart which is paining. That is basically the heart pain only, and the disorder is angina. This angina thing is when the coronary artery system that supplies blood to the heart muscles, it is not supplying enough blood or oxygen, due to which the heart muscles, they start paining. They pain in the same way like when you are running. If you are running continuously, your calf muscles would pain after some time. Same way when the heart muscles pain in a way, because there is not sufficient supply of oxygen. That condition is known as angina, and the pain spreads out into the arms as well. Then we have atherosclerosis. This atherosclerosis is associated with deposition of cholesterol and lipids in the inner wall of the artery lumen, larger arteries. Now what happens is that supposedly this is the artery lumen. Over here a cholesterol component would come and deposit. Slowly and steadily this plaque would become more and more larger in size, because of the arrival of a component of blood known as PDGF, that is platelet derived growth factor, which enables the growth of muscles around this. The tissue grows around this, not muscle, sorry, the tissue would come and grow around this, and this plaque would become thicker and thicker, and the passage in the artery would be obstructed, due to which there would be obstruction in the blood flow. When there is obstruction in the blood flow, that could lead to many problems, like it could even lead to heart attack. So atherosclerosis is a dangerous disease yet again. Then we have arteriosclerosis. The difference is, this is atherosclerosis, this is arteriosclerosis. Now in case of arteriosclerosis, what happens is that there is hardening of arteries. Hardening of the arteries due to same way, like in the case of this, there was a lump which was being formed, there was a plug which was being formed inside, and that plug formed a sort of plug which caused the obstruction of blood flow. Over here, what would happen, the arteries would have hardening of their surfaces because there would be calcium deposition on the cholesterol plaques. See the difference? Like supposedly there is a cholesterol deposition over here, the calcification would cause hardening. This calcium would come and it would cause hardening. When there is hardening due to this calcification of the deposition of cholesterol, the calcification causes the hardening, and the hardening is leading to the breakage of artery. Now, how does that breakage take place? Because this is a blood vessel, it has to undergo subtension when there is more flow, the lumen size changes, it increases or decreases, and during that increase or decrease, because when something is stiff, it is bound to break. You cannot increase the size of a glass vessel on your choice, but you can increase the size of a balloon comparatively if you want to, by blowing air in it. But in this case, what happens is that the arteries, they get broken, and when the arteries get broken, you know what is present inside. There is blood which is present inside, the blood would come out. When the blood would come out, there would be the same mechanism of coagulation would take place, and there would be clot formation. If not here, somewhere else there would be a clot formation, and you know how dangerous a clot formation can be for the body. It can even lead to heart attack. Now we have discussed the term heart attack once, twice or thrice. In each case we have discussed that heart attack could be occurring as a result of these things. These are the causative factors. What is the resultant heart attack condition? Heart attack basically is the condition when the heart stops functioning. There could be major reasons behind it. The one reason that there is no supply of blood coming to the heart. Other reason could be that some heart muscle have got devoid of oxygen, some part of the heart has stopped functioning, that could also lead to heart attack. So basically, heart as a complete unit, when it stops working, and you know heart as a complete unit works in association with coronary artery system. There are muscles which are important in a role play for heart contraction. There are basic nodal tissues like SA node which plays an important role. So whichever part of the heart becomes non-functional, that is going to have an effect on the heart functioning, and that heart functioning would stop and cause heart attack. Now what is a heart stroke? You might have heard that the person suffered from the heart stroke and died on the spot. Basically, heart stroke, recently there was a famous celebrity dying of heart stroke, you might have heard. Heart stroke is a condition when the SA node fails to work. Now what is the role of SA node? Basically, SA node is responsible for starting the contraction wave in the heart, so that heart gets contracted. If that node is not working, that contraction wave is not starting, how can you expect the heart to work? So when the contraction wave is not getting generated, that means the pacemaker of the heart has gone null and void. So that SA node's functioning stops and the heart stops itself, because the start point of the heart has stopped functioning. That is responsible for the heart stroke. Now you might have heard in the cases of people who are on hunger strike, if somebody dies of hunger, that death is due to heart stroke only. That death is not due to hunger, basically that is not due to compromised digestive system. It is the heart which gets compromised because there are not enough ionic changes, ions available in the body, so that SA node can start a contraction wave. And last one is heart failure. Now for remembering these heart names and how to distinguish between each, this stroke has something to do with S word, SA node. Heart attack means some part of the heart has been attacked by some or other reason and it's not working. And last one is heart failure, that heart would fail to work. Fail to work, that means the main work of heart is what it is to supply it is to supply blood to the body, and when the heart would stop providing blood to different parts of the body, that would be heart failure. And heart failure not necessarily leads to death in every case. This heart stroke can be very fatal. Heart attack can be fatal in most of the cases, but in case of heart failure, heart is not able to pump enough blood to the body efficiently as it does, and that condition is known as heart failure. This can also be fatal, but most of the cases can be recovered. So these are the disorders of the human circulatory system. You need to stay healthy, you need to eat healthy, you need to avoid obesity basically in order to get rid of all these diseases, because you can see in all the cases we have seen that it is the healthy diet which is playing an important role, so that the blood vessels don't have unnecessary deposition of lipids. So I hope you get a better understanding, a clear-cut understanding about the human circulatory system now.